Bikram, your Facebook Live event for the launch of Planet Bickram. We've been
Yes.
talking about this. It's been a journey creating the
It's
platform.
been over 1 year. It's been over 1 year
Yes,
since we started this
yes,
journey.
yes.
Very, very
Uh,
exciting, and I'm super happy to be the first artist who's getting his artist verse, his metaverse. And thank you. I mean, you really cracked this amazing technology. And as you were saying, it is definitely a breakthrough for artists in general, and um, super exciting, super exciting. You want to lead
it is a
this
pioneering
conversation?
platform, a first of its kind, and we're super excited and it's a privilege to have a pioneer like you on board to kind of launch it for us.
Thank
But
you.
before we get into the platform, how about for your fans who are attending today? Why don't we take a little, because it's been a journey. You have an incredible journey as an artist, 35 years performing, creating music across genres, like I keep telling you, and you're a genre-defining artist, one of the
Thank
few
you.
in the country. So why don't we maybe take a brief kind of look back at your career, starting from, of course, accompanying some of the classical stalwarts to then finding your own identity, then getting into film music. So why don't you give us a quick time capsule of a 35-year career in like 5, 6 minutes?
Well, okay. For those who don't know, I am the son of uh, Pandit Shankar Ghosh, the great tabla maestro, the great tabla innovator, and my mother is Sanjukta Ghosh, a very great Indian classical vocalist. My father was avant-garde. My father was somebody who was, as you described me, he was the first genre-bending artist in the family. And interestingly, there was no artist, uh, definitely no tabla player in the family before him. So he always wanted me to be a tabla player. He always wanted me to carry on the tradition, which for him was extremely important. Because those days, professional tabla players were almost impossible to find. And he was the first generation of professional tabla players in Bengal. So things were not easy for an artist, and definitely not for a tabla artist those days. But he went abroad with Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Saab and performed with him all over the globe. And then he was collaborating with great artists like John Handy. The Grateful Dead were his students in the late 60s.
Wow.
And so, really genre bending as one would describe it to be. And I was taken around the age of 1 to the United States, and we used to live on campus in Delhi College. And I grew up there till I was 5 and a half. And I find it very almost frustrating to imagine that I was so young that I couldn't really understand what was going on around me. But uh, take this for a little uh, description capsule. So this is Ali Akbar Khan, Shankar Ghosh, Ravi Shankar ji, Allah Rakha Khan Saab, all of them uh, at their peak in the West Coast in America. And we lived in a house where we were on the first floor, and on the ground floor was Ustad Zakir Hussain and Pandit Chitresh Das, the great dancer.
Incredible.
So they were very young. They were 18, 19, and uh, my parents would leave me with them with Zakirji, and he used to babysit me. So that's the atmosphere I grew up in. But I had no clue that these great maestros were all around me and literally in the same house. But of course, we came back to Calcutta when my father suddenly said that to my mother that we need to go back because my son is calling me dad, and if he's calling me dad, I don't think he's going to ever be a tabla player. So he was an interesting man. I think he had a vision behind that statement. We came back to Kolkata. I was all of 5, joined La Martiniere for boys, very Western school, very Western upbringing, but at home it was very, very Eastern, completely classical talim going on. School bus coming at 6:30, but waking up at 5, doing a half an hour of practice. Dad didn't like me calling him dad. Baba forced me to practice every morning from 5 a.m. School bus would come at 6:30. And then growing up and going to La Martiniere, I was also influenced by the Western scenario. You know, we had a band in school. I was playing congas. Not that Baba really approved of it, but he said, all right, let it continue. We were doing Beatles numbers, we were doing Rolling Stones, etc. And at home, solid classical tabla talim going on. And gradually then going to St. Xavier's College, doing a master's in literature from Jadavpur University. But through the whole journey, I was practicing tabla, learning tabla. I also went to Pandit S. Shekhar, my Carnatic percussion Guruji, great Mridangam Vidwan. And I was learning from him from the age of 13, 14. And all of that was happening together. So it was really ridden with information that my whole growing up. And at the same time, we were in school, very Western, my mother was learning from Munawwar Ali Khan Sahab, and I used to go from school, walk down to his house. And from the Bee Gees and Rolling Stones, I would hear Ayana Balam and Kinare Kinare going up the steps of Bade Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab's house and Munawwar Ali Khan Sahab's house. And I would enter, and in my school uniform, I would play Theka with him. School done. By the time I was in college, I was already performing. And then my father asked me one day, I had just completed college. It was 1990. He said, you've done that. Studies are over. What do you want to do? Do you want to be a professor of English, or do you want to play tabla? I think he was hoping in his heart that I did say tabla. And I had no hesitation at all to say that, of course, I wanted to be a tabla player. And then tabla, then the great Pandit Ravi Shankar literally picking me up in 1993 from a house concert in Brussels and saying, play with me day after tomorrow. He was playing Baladi Bazaar. And I just, boom, like that, I went and I performed with him on that huge stage in 1993, 16th of November. Then the journey with him began, some 900 plus concerts over the period of 12 years, traveling the world with him. I mean, crazy moments, witnessing. I mean, just to give you an example, Sting cooking for us in his house.
Wow.
Philip Glass sitting in Raviji's drawing room discussing music. Me sitting and practicing with Mstislav Rostropovich. So all this just opened my horizons. My eyes were open to this humongous world of world music. And eventually then around the year 99, 2000, wanting to branch out on my own, to have my own show, which became Rhythmscape, the first show, and still continuing, going strong. And then collaborative music, fusion music, world music. From there, opportunities start coming in. Rhythmscape became a big hit. Many film directors started coming to me. They wanted me to work with them. Raju Hirani, Girish Malik, Suni Tarapurwala, Meera Nair. Some of them I was able to do. Some no, because I was traveling with Raviji, couldn't get off the tour, off the bandwagon, so to say. But then I started a lot of film work with my friend Arindam Seal. Girish Malik, on the other hand, for Jal, me and Sonu Nigam composed the music and got an Oscar contention for that. That's when I started thinking I must be doing something right with the film music. Wow. And then with Arindam, many films, 22 now, other directors as well in Bangla, in Hindi, and well, here I am now, some 200 plus albums and 54 films in my kitty, and of course, first love remains live performance.
Amazing. That's an incredible journey, and I think 900 concerts with Panditji is an education in itself. And from what you just said, the exposure that you've had to world music, I think you're one of the finest components of what Indian fusion music as well. You've championed that genre in the
Thank
country,
you.
and we can kind of see where that comes from, right? It is your varied musical influences. So, all music artists also fans, right? You grew up listening to a lot of music. You grew up,
Of course,
being influenced by a lot of music.
of course.
Ultimately, what we've also created for you is a fan engagement zone, keeping, So, who were some of your early influences or, artists that you were fans of?
Well, before I come to that, I'd just like to say to all those people who are watching that the metaverse is is like a living biography of an artist, a living interactive biography. So what we're going to launch today is the best way available today to engage with an artist and an artist with his fans and listeners, because it is an immersive platform. And what that means, Shatadru is going to describe in a minute. But coming back to your question, my inspirations are, of course, my father, Pandit Shankar Ghosh, my guru, my father. Without his presence in my life, I wouldn't have been a musician. Uh, yes, my mother, Sanjukta Ghosh, because my mother's singing influenced my compositions. And it's even on Wikipedia that I have Patiala Gharana influences, which is coming from my mother's side. Uh, my guru, Pandit S. Shekhar, who taught me the intricacies and continues to teach me the intricacies of Carnatic percussion. Pandit Gyan Prakash Ghosh, I went to him for some time. Uh, Ustad Dhyanish Khan, I learned Sarod from him. But then there are some Mansik gurus, There are some gurus who you learn seeing them, watching them like Ekalavya. And that's where R.D. Burman comes in. Panchamda, huge. I've always been a huge fan of his, and I've been mesmerized by the breadth, the width, the depth of his music from my childhood. Uh, Baba was not extremely keen that I was constantly listening to. It wasn't even called Bollywood then, but Hindi film music. But I was crazy about Panchamda and Kishore Kumar. So I was listening to them constantly, and I think a lot of uh, my love for that form comes through my compositions, my melodies now. Of course, the classical influence is huge as well. Uh, then there's Ustad Zakir Hussain, who I've been a fan of because he was when we were very young, he was this comet who burst on the scene, and we were all influenced by him in many ways. And then there was a phase where I was trying to de-influence myself, from not just him but also my father. My father said to me that you have to have your own style, your own language of performance. And if you copy me and you play like me, nobody's going to want to listen to you. So that was another phase. And many other artists I've really been inspired by, so many, really. I mean, uh, where to begin, I don't know. But I've been a fan of the Bee Gees. I've been a fan of the Beatles. I got to work with George Harrison. Imagine, I mean,
Wow.
being a fan of the Beatles all your life, doing covers in school, and then meeting George Harrison and recording with him in his Dark House studios in England, and playing on his last
Unbelievable.
album. And he used to call me the Prince of Tabla, which was a huge kind of compliment and a blessing for me. So I like to think that I knew him because we spent some time together, especially during the recordings. And then there was Chants of India, which Raviji had done with him. I played on that whole album also. All the tabla is mine. I even sing on that album. That's it. I mean, gurus, and doesn't mean that it ends there. Even today, I'm inspired by something. I would try and understand how that works and learn from there.
It's amazing. And you're so multifaceted. And going back to what we've created, the metaverse for you, Planet Bickram. Um, I think the beauty of the platform is that I think we've managed to capture you in your entire essence of Bikram, right? Your different avatars, your journey, your story, from classical to fusion to film music, and you've done pop music as well. So the rich legacy that you have across genres. It's available on one platform for your fans to sort of. And I think it's the deepest we've ever dwelled into Bikram, Bickram as a brand, your story, like I said, your journey, I think there's a lot of information available on the platform that I don't think you've shared earlier, what we were discussing about.
No, not at all. I mean, there are people think that there is a lot that is shared on the social media platforms, but I think through the course of this metaverse journey that we've had in the last year, I have recorded clips and shared so much information that actually I had forgotten a lot of information also, and I remember that during the course of you walking me through every photograph, every poster, every instrument in my kitty. And then I relived those memories and I remembered and I've recorded all of that and Shatadu has created videos around all that information. Me talking about the Udu, me talking about how Sonu Nigam, Sonu Bhai gifted me a mini cajon, then how I started playing the congas, from my father's drum orchestra. All of that is there in video format on in the metaverse. And any poster that is there on the wall, you just go and tap it, and you will get a plethora of information coming out of there, including photographs, videos, comments, literature, what have you. So it is very, very expansive, and I think it's immense to have that because it's an archive at the end of the day. And you are, in a sense, as an artist, you are immortalized in a single platform, and it is not a static platform. It is going to keep updating, upgrading as my journey continues. And I think for fans and followers and listeners, there is nothing better because this is the one stop that they come to and they get everything Bikram in Planet Bikram. And the interesting part is it is immersive and interactive. So, friends and followers, you can actually uh, drop me a video, a note. And I can answer back. And you can also, there's a karaoke room, which is very
Yes,
exciting. You can click on any album of mine, and you can play on top of it, and you can record yourself, and I can
yes.
listen to that. And if I think it's kind of cool, then I'll share it. And so it becomes an opportunity to collaborate also, and you can collaborate with anything I've done, and then we can take it from there onto a live collaboration platform eventually, which is not there right now, but as we have discussed, it's going to be there soon. So you tell us more of the
Yeah,
possibilities.
the sky's the limit, really, when it comes to technology. What we've tried to build, Vikram, there's the ultimate fan engagement space. Like you just said, it's the one destination where your fans will find anything and everything that they might want from you as an artist, from you as an icon. It's your journey, it's your music, it's your entire catalog is available for your fans to listen to. Like you mentioned, we have the karaoke studio where your fans can come and actually sing on some of your hit tracks and, never know where that ends up. Maybe a studio recording
True.
with you or maybe a live performance with you. We're also launching several new properties that you haven't done before. For the first time, we're launching a Bikram Ghosh merchandising line. Um,
Yes.
so that's going to be available. We have a few products already up available in the merchandise store, but we'll be adding a lot more, including your signature line of tablas. Um, that's going to be made available for your fans as well. We also have an NFT marketplace for fans, your super fans to come in and pick up fan tokens, get a lot of exciting utility out of these tokens. It could be
Sorry,
VIP.
Suresh ji has just made a suggestion that you could do a fan sponsored album.
Yes, we can
It's an interesting
we
thought.
can also do that, of course.
Somebody
That's the
from
beauty
Japan
of
may say
Web3 and
Bikram.
blockchain.
Somebody can say that Bikram from Japan can say Bikram. Let's do a taiko tabla duet.
Yes.
Super exciting.
And we can,
Why not?
and you can use blockchain to crowdfund it, and your fans also own a piece of that creation that you're making, the content that you're making. So the idea of the space is to engage with your fans as best as possible, right? And two, also for an artist and for a brand like yourself, it's also great space for you to further monetize your craft, right? Today, everyone knows that the music industry today is not an easy business to navigate, right? So I
True.
think a platform like this also supports artists and management in, not
Yeah,
only
like we were
reaching out and
discussing that
engaging.
I can always make music and put it on my metaverse, on my artist verse, and it can then either be licensed, say for cinema, for OTTs, or it can also be bought, say for example, for a film. So I can put my music
Awesome.
out here, somebody will listen, and right there and then they can actually buy or license it. So that's
Yes.
another amazing thing.
Of course. And then, of course, the entire interactivity part of it to be able to interact. So we have a museum of all your instruments. Vikram, that you play, I think 25 or 30 different percussive instruments. We've taken all your favorite ones, and, there are 3D scans of the instruments within the space. A fan can come in, check out the instrument, click on it, and has a video of you talking about, how you discovered that instrument, like you said, Sonu Bhai gifting
And a little bit of a
to
mini
you.
lesson on how to play it also.
Yes, and a mini performance of you playing that instrument,
Yes.
and very candid. I think that's the beauty of the space, Vikram. And one thing I must nod you for is, like you said, it's been a long journey since we first spoke about this. And,
Hmm.
you are an incredibly busy artist. So, I know we've done meetings from music festivals in Goa to in Kolkata to hotel rooms in Bombay, in between your schedule, in between your other commitments. So of course, you're very serious about the potential of this platform.
Of
Um,
course, I am.
how do you see, so what are your sort of, other than the stuff that you mentioned, is there any other expectations that you have as an artist from this space?
See, I think the best thing about the space is that it's very focused. It is not. Uh, it is not like, say, for example, if you're on social media, and you can be, talking about. Some people constantly post on about family gatherings, what they're wearing, etc., etc. While you can do all of that, this, the metaverse, is what your essence is as an artist, and
Yeah.
it taps into that space. That okay, so Bikram Ghosh also plays the Urukai. Nobody knows that I can play an Urukai. What is an Urukai? People don't know. But the fact that I have used it in over 25 films and I've played it in every single film is not information that you can necessarily get on a social media platform.
Sure.
But you come to the metaverse and you want to know, okay, so in Jal, what is that instrument that you played? Then you can enter the instrument space and find out, oh, this was in Jal. Okay, now I understand. In the Bomkesh series, the particular tabla, the low sa Pakhavaj tabla that was played, is on display. I'm playing it in the video. So
Yes.
this information you don't get anywhere else. I think this is fantastic. And then from there, the journey for the engager begins, because then you can say, oh, I want to buy this instrument. I want to learn this instrument. I want to see where this instrument can take me. Somebody may say, oh, I heard that instrument in that track. I want to jam on it. That person may be a guitarist, and the person can come, he or she can come and say, okay, I'm going to jam on Bikram Ghosh's Cajon
Yeah.
or Bikram Ghosh's Losa Tabla. So that becomes a game changer, really. So it is no longer just sitting and watching. You are able to enter my universe
So
and
true.
make a difference and come out. I think that's what is incredible about this platform. You are able to enter, change it a little bit, and come out.
Amazing. Yeah, and absolutely. The essence of is the interactivity of the platform, right? It is not a static, just you come, view. It's not like your typical website or even social media where you just kind of browsing
Besides
through
which,
content.
Shatadru, though you didn't ask me this question, allow me to say what an incredible job you guys have done in terms of just the recreation of Bikram's world. All right, so
Thing.
friends who are watching, I'm going to lift my camera up a little bit, and you're going to see my father. There he is. That's a painting of my father's, and this is in my studio room. This is my lounge in my studio. Shantadru's team has created the lounge in my studio to the hilt, including my father's photograph. Now, just just imagine this. I can touch the photograph here in reality. Nothing is going to happen. But in the virtual metaverse that they've created, if you touch my father's photograph, a full 30-minute documentary on him pops up.
Yes.
So that's crazy. So you can actually see me as a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old in the documentary. You can see Baba playing with Ustad Ali Akbar Khan in 1969 in a video in that documentary. So this is really avant-garde stuff. The way you have created the space, kept the essence of it, kept the images of it, and at the same time, you've taken it and made it more interactive than even reality is.
I think that brief from you, I think that vision really came from you. I think you were very clear in what you wanted. I remember the first day when we met at your studio, and then I was asking you that, in terms of design, and you said that, hey, my fans and followers will never be able to come into my personal studio space, my personal lounge, so why can't we recreate that for your fans? And I think that's what we attempted to do is, the metaverse that we've created is a replica of your lounge. The karaoke studio is a replica of
To
your
the to
studio.
the to the extent that you even have a similar carpet.
Yeah. Yes. We
You, I don't
replicated
know
the
how you did
carpet.
that, but you recreated the carpet also. It's
Yes.
just it's
Well,
crazy, crazy. It's mind-boggling how you could do that, And you have the instrument room, which looks pretty much like my instrument room, where there are these shelves and you can just grab one from there, and start playing it. It's the same thing in the digital universe that you've created. So yeah, I think it's really genre bending. It's mind blowing.
yeah, we're though it is a pioneering platform. It's the first of its kind, and we're hoping that your fans
I
will
came
love
here
it.
first.
Yes,
I came first.
you did.
I'm
Like I
honored that you
keep
you
saying, a
wanted to
true a
invite.
true pioneer in every sense of the word. It's not only pioneering new sounds, but pioneering new technology as well, right?
Yeah, of course,
Um,
of course.
and this is what I'm happy to say. I'm glad you liked it. It is cutting edge tech that we use.
Can
Um,
we
you
can
know,
we
this
show them a little bit of the space? Is that possible? Or they have to go to
What we
the.
can do, in fact, going to show them the space because then we can't go off their Facebook Live. But right at the end, we can end the session very soon. Your platform will be live. All your fans can go to planetbickram.in and log in, and it's easy to use. Go explore the space. Like everything that we spoke of right now, an interactive legacy of Bikram, all his content, his newly launched merchandising, his VIP fan tokens, and we have a lot more stuff coming in the pipeline as well. This is just the
Tip
first
of the
avatar for
iceberg.
launch. Yeah, every week you'll see new content, new offerings on the platform. That's the idea of tech, is not to make it static. Keep developing new offerings, new functionalities on the platform. So that's something. That's something for fans to keep coming back. This is not a one-time visit to the museum and you're done with it. Every time you come back, I guarantee you'll find something new on the platform, something new to explore. Like you said, it's everything is interactive. So your entire awards collection is available. That's
Yes,
something we
that
didn't
too.
mention.
Yeah, I mean, uh, let me see if I can turn this around and show you guys. So here in my studio, uh, you have you like if you look here, can you see? Hang on, let me get this right. So here here is one of the film fairs. There's another film fair here. There's the West Bengal Government Award. There's my treasured Sangeet Natak Academy Award. So all of this is recreated. It is not recreated, it's photographed and is then uh, put in the metaverse. So then what happens is you can go to the award, see the award, click it, and you have all the information on the award. Which film did I get it for? Which performance did I get this award after? Or what was this award given to me for? Why was it given? And the pictures from the award ceremony, uh, me talking about what it meant to me to
I
get an
think
award of this
primarily
stature.
that is also you talking about each award and what
Yes,
is. I
yes,
think
of
that
course.
a lot of the information you get on like the typical information you get online, but your views and kind of the anecdotes that you've shared in the platform, I think that's priceless. And it's not
Yes,
available
I,
anywhere
I,
else.
I think so too, because uh, there is so much that you tend to forget also, with time. So something that happened 15 years back, you've forgotten about it. But then when you put your finger on that particular visual, then you see me reminiscing because you, Shatadru, made me do that. You said, Vikramda, you got to remember what happened. Come on, tell me. Where were you when you got this? So I'm like, all right, I got to grab that memory from inside my brain and bring it out and
Yeah.
talk about it. So
Yeah.
that you can't do time and again because you forget and then you lose track. But here it's done and it's archived.
It's a great, I mean, it's, I keep telling you, it's like, great legacy artists like yourself, where does your legacy lie? Is it spread
So
across
Papa, who's a
different social?
wonderful lyricist, has worked with me in many of my projects. He says something interesting. He's like giving a VIP passes to your fans.
Yes, and the
So
VIP pass to the inner sanctorium of
yeah, thank you, Mike.
the
Yeah.
artist. Yeah, there's there's so much information and stuff that that came from you that is not available anywhere. So I think
See,
that's the beauty of
so
the
the other,
platform.
what is really important for I think every artist is not just to have played the game. It is important, certainly for me. I would like nothing more than my life and my life work to be inspirational for another generation, for those who are yet to come. If you can do work which others are influenced by, then that gives an artist a huge amount of satisfaction and encouragement, to go on and keep at it. The metaverse allows that because you come here, you see something. Otherwise, you just know, okay, um, Vikram Ghosh got a filmfare for Abhijatrik, for Mahananda. But what's the story behind it? Why was the score created in that particular way? Only then do you understand that uh, how it came to be. And unless you know how it came to be as a fellow composer, you wouldn't have information to understand how that came to be. So there you find me talking about it. How did I approach the score for that film? How did I approach the composition for a rhythmscape? So that information is I don't think it's anywhere. It's here.
Yes. When I'm speaking about VIP passes for your fans, we've also you're launching a VIP fan token.
Yeah,
which it's a limited edition, just 10 tokens that are going to be released, made available for fans, which actually gives your super fans access to all concerts that you do in the country for a period of 12 months on
that is
your
crazy.
guest list,
That is
right?
crazy.
Uh, I think that what we discussed, the thought behind of that was that, because you have multiple avatars when you go live, right? To really understand Bikram Ghosh as a live performer, you have to attend at least 6, 7, 8 concerts in your different avatars, from classical to fusion. You have multiple fusion avatars. Almost every concert is different, right? So really, as a fan, to understand the best, you need to be able to see you perform up across various concerts in your various avatars. And I think that way, that token is towards that. And if you're a true fan of Bikram Ghosh and you want to, really get the essence of him playing live, here's a pass. Anywhere in India he's playing, you are a VI on the VIP guest list. What do you think? What do you have to say about that?
That is completely crazy. I mean, just the thought of it. I mean, I don't know how you came up with that, but it's a fantastic thought because, of course, I meet so many people who say, "Oh, I heard you performed in Delhi. I heard you performed in Mumbai. I heard you were in my city in Cochin. I didn't know, I didn't have a pass, But here it is. You solved it in one swoosh of your digital wand, magic
Yeah.
wand.
Yeah. And it's also, I think it's also an opportunity for the core fans to even, it's a closer connect with you as an artist. They'll come, and the VIP, the token also allows them a meet and greet with you,
Yeah,
backstage access.
come
You
back
get to chat with
backstage.
your fans,
True, true.
you know. So it's unprecedented access. And, even for guys, it then is transferable as well, in the sense if someone cannot make it to one of your shows who's a token holder but would like one of his friends or family to attend on their behalf, they can do that as well. So it's
Imagine.
really, it's it's truly VVIP
Yeah,
for your fans.
fantastic.
Amazing. So yeah, the platform, I think we are past 7 o'clock. The platform is live, everyone. Feel free to go to planetbickram.in,
Can you
log in.
spell that, please?
Yes,
Capital.
I'm going to put it in the comments right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Nalini Mukherjee says such a brilliant platform. I couldn't agree more with you. It's just crazy. It is next level, truly. Yeah.
Here you go.
Planetbikram.in. There you go. Metastar Media has shared the link after this video goes off air. You can go and enter the space, ideally on your laptop, but
Yes.
also on your phone. You can do that too. But on the laptop, it's kind of more, it's bigger, wider, and more kind of fun, I think. But on the phone too, you can do it very easily. You just have to hold it in horizontal mode and enter the space and just tap and you go from room to room,
Tap,
you navigate the
tap,
whole
and it also
space.
on the phone you can use the joy. I think we have enabled the joystick features. So any of your fans who are
Yeah,
used to the gaming will be able to use that feature as well, to use the joystick to move around the space.
true, true, true.
And for anyone who has VR headsets, it is VR enabled as well. You can wear a
Whoa.
VR headset and
I don't know if
explore the
you,
space.
you saw the comment by the great Pandit Vishwamohan Bhatt Saab. He commented on the launch uh, kind of news when I shared it, and he said that this is like a video game come live, you know,
Yes,
and it's so true because it is if you wear a headset, it's another experience altogether.
yes. Then
Crazy.
you're looking around, you're immersed. Like that is truly immersed, right? You're not
Oof,
looking at it at a screen, it's
terrific.
all around you. So, and
3D.
it's yeah, accessible across all devices. It's a web link. So there's no software that you need to download or any client that you need to download. It's a simple web link. Click on it, log in, and explore the space. Like Bikram does said, best on a laptop, but also accessible on your mobile. And if you have VR headset, then of course, ideal VR. Bikram da, D-Day,
D-Day,
after a
yes.
12-month journey, the
Shake
platform
hands, Shatadru.
is launched. Um, we have to celebrate this in person, not to sitting in Kolkata and Bombay. I think
Yes,
a meetup is
yes,
now overdue.
we shall. Well, friends, those who are watching and those who are going to watch this video, uh, I can't tell you how excited I am because this is a distinctive step into the future. This is different. It's not what you know. It is stepping into the unknown. And the way Shatadru and team have created it, it is stepping into the future, into the unknown very definitively, very confidently, because everything works. That's the best thing about the platform, there's no glitches, there's nothing. It's just you're there and it's smooth sailing. So it's fantastic as a technology, and congratulations to you, your whole team, to Suresh
Thank
ji,
you.
all of you all who made this possible, and thank you for choosing me, and a thank you to Atul Chudamani because he
Yes,
introduced us,
absolutely. Yes,
and he's a pioneer. So
of course he is.
I'm really happy to be here, and I'm very very happy that this has happened, and it hasn't taken incredibly long. I thought it's going to take a couple of years, but it's happened in a year, so which is
Yeah.
terrific. And now you're going to make it even quicker. So
Yes, of course, of course. I mean,
fantastic,
the
and
first one,
is always
we're
is
still
always the
ideating.
tough
Yeah,
one.
the first one out of the bag is always, because
Yeah,
when we met, we were still thinking about the platform, right?
very
These were
true, very
still
true. And
ideas
I
in
I
our
was
head.
I was I was excited, but I was in shock because I didn't know whether this was going to be possible, and the way you described it, whether it would match up. And then when I saw it, I was like, "Whoa!" What he said was a couple of notches below what has been created. So thank you so much for having me. All my friends who are watching, please go to Planet Bikram, navigate, engage, and let's create a relationship there. Thank you so much.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Vikramda. And everyone, please, planetbikram.in, go there, check it out. Message us on Metastar with your feedback, message Vikramda with your feedback. It's tech. I promise we will keep improving. We will keep adding new features, so keep coming back. Thank you, Vikramda, for your time. And
Thank you.
let's let's go.
Yeah, love to everybody. Bye.
Thank you.